Hello and welcome to Gastric Sleeve Pal. My name's Anne-Marie and I'm here to tell you how I lost 74 pounds, that's 34 kilos. This is my journey at 94 kilos, halfway along the way at 70 kilos and then 60 kilos. Here I am with my surgeon, Professor BÜLBÜLLER. In actual fact, I lost the majority of the weight in 9 months. The last pounds kind of came off, as in right at the end. It slowed right down. It does. I had 1 kilo to go, and that took a month. Okay, whereas it was normally in the beginning it was every day, and then it went to once a week, and then it kind of stopped, and then it started up again. And you just go with that because your body is just kind of going, we're confused, you know. We are used to sort of what we used to do. Now we're adjusting to this and we're happy, but we get a bit confused and we need to kind of take up time. And you're being good to us by giving us nutrition, and we like it, but we are just rebalancing. And I got to my goal weight, which was predicted, and I'm so pleased that I actually made the predicted target goal, which was for me 60 kilos, okay, which I am now, and I stayed at that weight for 9 months. Sometimes it drops down to about 59, and then it goes back to 60, and on an odd day I'll be at 61, and then it will just drop right off and go back to 60 again. So it's kind of my steady weight is 60 kilos. There usually is a reason for dropping down to 59. I've probably had a lot more exercise that day. I've probably drunk a lot more water, I've noticed that, and I've probably eaten foods that have got a lot more water in them, such as watermelon, cucumber, courgettes, spinach, avocados. These kind of things are fantastic for giving you nutrition, and yeah, it just seems to drop off, and I've got more energy and I whiz around like a bumblebee, and then yeah, the results are there. Incidentally, if ever I kind of go over onto 61, because I keep a food diary, and I would actually recommend you do that, and I'll talk about that on another video, you're aware of perhaps what's happened and maybe why. There's a reason for it. It can just be life, it can be just that your body's fluctuating, of course, but for me it's usually something like I've changed something, and I've probably had a portion of potatoes which I wouldn't normally eat, or I've had bread, or I've had spaghetti or pasta or something of that nature, and or even a dessert, you know. Sometimes if I pop along to Starbucks and I have one of those very berry muffins after I've had my coffee, later on, half an hour after I finish my coffee, then I can eat a muffin. Can't eat at all, have to eat in 2 parts. It's something like that. Yeah, I'll see on the scales, as in, and I go, okay, that was lovely, I'm not having this. I've got all this new wardrobe of clothes, and I would like to feel that I'm comfortable at 60. I don't feel comfortable at 61. Believe it or not, yes, you can actually feel that extra weight. So there you go. Some days I will want to eat more than others, and sometimes, as I said, it will be that you have a bigger portion, or you choose or select something that's a little bit different. Sometimes you will actually experience the fact that you want more. It's a head hunger thing, and you might want it, but believe me, you can't eat it. It's impossible. You can't. Okay, your restriction sets in and it says no, and then you think, well, I'll have it in a minute, but then I've had a drink and actually I don't want it now, and yes, I'd rather enjoy continuing to drink my water or my coffee. And you know, because you've got a sleeve, you slow everything down. So you think, well, if I quickly gulp this water down, then I can actually go back and have more of that. Doesn't work like that, because you can't gulp the water down. You know, if you do, you will feel it. You will feel uncomfortable, it will feel tight, you will feel breathless. I don't mean that's in a way that, you know, is serious, it's just uncomfortable. It's like, why am I doing this to myself? Slow it right down, and you know what, I won't be doing that in a hurry again. Occasionally, yeah, we all forget and we kind of go, catch yourself, okay? People talk about eating 6 to 8 times in a day. I've never managed that, never, never, never. I think the main reason for that is, number one, I work, and don't we all? And number two, I like to have something to drink just as much as I like to have something to eat. And, you know, drinking a glass of water, I'm slow. I'm sipping that water. I am constantly feeling that I want to hydrate myself. It makes me feel better. Or I'll have a cup of coffee. And I want that far more than I want another meal. People do say, oh, but I'm not getting enough down, as in, so fair enough. So, you know, whether you want to eat 6 to 8 times a day or whether you want to eat like me 2 to 3 times, it's to do with how you are and what suits you and what your day's like. Incidentally, on days that I am working, I notice that I drink a lot more water than days if I am out and about, maybe shopping or socialising or doing some, you know, chores or errands that I need to get done. I just find that if I'm away from home, that I'm not drinking quite as much. So I would mention that to you as well. It really hasn't changed that my eating habits of 2 to 3 times a day from the get-go, right from leaving hospital, and that was from liquids into purees into solid food. It really was for me just 2 to 3 times, and it was like, I really need to get hydrated. That's very important to how I feel. If I don't have enough to drink, I feel sluggish, I feel tired, I can't think straight, I feel fuzzy, and that's nothing to do with having a sleeve. That's me, and that's how I respond if I'm not hydrated. So I've always enjoyed having water or a coffee, you know, whatever. There were days, you know, when I used to drink soda, Diet Coke, even full Coke, you know, or Coke Zero. I was addicted to that kind of thing about 10 years ago, and I swear that's where I ended up, where I put all the weight on, drinking that stuff, all that sugar, then, you know, eating a meal and eating way too much, way too late, and perhaps only eating once a day, those kind of things. So that's how it's changed for me. What does your sleeve do for you? It controls the fact that you feel fuller quicker, and there's a sense of restriction that comes in for anybody that doesn't have a sleeve. And I will talk about what that feels like, what that restriction is, and how you will identify it, and some of the signs that are there that surprise you, because you kind of go, why am I sneezing? Why is my nose running? There's another video. Till next time, thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.